I'll tell you what is going to be on the forefront of Dana White's mind. It's going to be the MMA Guru after this video, ladies and gentlemen, and after the 48-episode documentary of the rise and the fall of the greatest YouTuber ever, the MMA Guru, ladies and gentlemen.
0.7 billion is a crazy number. I want to bring up this. And this is actually why I needed earphones for this bit. Hang on a second, I'll be back. So this I wanted to go to next, because this is a interesting thing to look back on in hindsight, now that it's just a subscription service and they're not doing pay-per-views anymore. This was Dana White, who was flexing and acting like a mafia boss, basically, around stalking an illegal streamer before Poirier versus McGregor 2. So a while ago now. And I just wanted to play this clip of Dana White talking about this this streamer, okay, that he's caught, and how big of a problem. I want to get across how big of a problem Dana White had with streaming in the UFC and how you should have to pay for the pay-per-views. Only to hit us with a no pay-per-view deal just a couple years later is crazy. But we're going to let this bit play.
Yeah, so there's no audio here.
Said that, you have all these people are criminals. You know, and the internet, you know, makes it look like these guys are good guys. These guys are bad guys, and what they do is a lot of these guys will put up these links and say, hey, you know, check out, we'll give it to you for free and all this stuff, and they steal your information.
Like pretty much every government on earth now when it comes to the internet. All good.
Now, this is very important right here. Everybody pay attention to this right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Number one. Number two, when I came out and said this, all these guys started taunting me. So I went through, and I said, you.
It was paramount. It was paramount the whole time. He didn't even realize. Dana White was going through all these streamers, finding ways to not have people pay for the pay-per-view, and he went, you. Paramount Plus. Bring it in, buddy. Time for a $7.7 billion deal. I swear that might be how it went down.
Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, taunting. We're talking about taunting. Your greatest MMA YouTuber of all time is taunting Dana White. Dana White, you hear this? You hear this, Dana White? This is the big fat tub of lard, the MMA Guru, taunting you. Taunting. Unbelievable. This is why the MMA Guru is the greatest and the worst MMA YouTuber of all time, ladies and gentlemen.
You're the guy.
You're the guy, Paramount Plus.
And I told my people, I want this guy. Well, and guess what? We got him.
They never got him, but you ain't getting... I'm not going to say their names loud and fucking proud.
Whoa, baby! Yeah! 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 Dana White, you see that? The MMA Guru is taunting you. The MMA Guru is taunting you, Dana White. You hear me? The MMA Guru is taunting you. You hear me? The MMA Guru is taunting you. Lene Breckenridge. Listen here. Lene Breckenridge, you need to bring this to Dana's attention immediately. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Simon Feck. Yeah, Simon Feck, what I'll do is I'll tell Dana White next time I see him.
No, that's not the correct answer, Lene Breckenridge. Lene Breckenridge, you have Dana White's phone number. You need to call Dana White immediately.
Okay, Simon Feck, I'll make sure I do that, okay?
That's right. Lene Breckenridge, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Lene Breckenridge. Ladies and gentlemen, Lene Breckenridge, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Lene Breckenridge. Always pleasant. Very nice girl. Easy on the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. The right-hand woman of the Dana White, ladies and gentlemen. Dana White, the big money machine, $7.7 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, that is only the money he's going to be making in the future. This man sits on top of a money machine and has. Dana White created this. The MMA Guru capitalized on BKFC and UFC pay-per-views, ladies and gentlemen. He's sitting here and he's taunting. You didn't catch him. You didn't catch him. You know, it's funny. It's like the cops pull a guy over, and he's got $3.4 million in his car, and he's got $120,000 worth of illegal drugs. He's in a stolen Ferrari, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 3 hot bitches in the car. I mean, stacked on top of each other in the side seat. He's got 3 mansions, 2 airplanes, jets, pilots, butlers. He's got everything in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And he's driving around in a stolen car with all this stuff. Pay people to do the other stuff. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's right. You know, talking about companies and smaller companies and nobody ever caught the big guy. There's a big taunt here. Dana White, there's a big fucking taunt here. Let me say that again. Dana White, there's a big fucking taunt here. I mean, this is fecked up. This guy is taunting you. This guy is mocking you, Dana White. You hear? You listening? Linnea Breckenridge, make sure you listen up. This idiot.
I'm going to say their names loud and proud, because now we can say their names loud and proud. You ain't getting streamies. You ain't getting streams. Hey, 4 months left. I may have ruined it, but I'm sounding the fucking horns, dude.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you, that's the statement that we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen. 4 months left. 4 months left. He thinks he's in the clear, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Feck has had him pinned since October 2024. The MMA Guru learned of Simon Feck in January 2025, ladies and gentlemen. You notice that the MMA Guru has been subdued a little bit. That's right. He's waiting for this. He's getting ready. He's getting ready to unbuckle his seatbelt, ladies and gentlemen, and climb out the roof and scream and start wrecking people's lives again. He's going to start before the 4 months is done. But guess what? The MMA Guru, with his high IQ, he doesn't understand the rules of YouTube. He does. He was scared. He was crying. He's been scared of Simon Feck. People they come to me. People come to me and they go, yeah, I was in the chat and I mentioned your name and then he banned me. And then other people go on and they'll spend money on a stupid super chat and say, hey, have you seen this guy Simon Feck? Oh, let me check him out. Oh, he looks disturbing. Yeah, he just looks disturbing. He doesn't go into any questions or anything. The MMA Guru knows who Simon Feck is. He's definitely going to know here real soon. I think that's Linnea Breckenridge calling right now. Ladies and gentlemen. Hello? Oh, hey, how you doing, Linnea Breckenridge?
Oh, doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm just calling. I was watching your video and about the MMA Guru and about him and pay-per-views and taunting Dana White and everything like that, and you saying that I'm, attractive and everything like that, Simon Feck. I really wasn't calling about Dana White or anything like that. I'll get with Dana White eventually, but I was thinking, hey, Simon Feck, I mean, you're a handsome bird and everything like that. I was just thinking, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, all right. Hold on a second. Listen, Lene. Hey, Lene. I'm in the middle of doing a video right now. Can I call you back?
Yeah, sure, you can call me back. Matter of fact, why don't you call me back as soon as you can, big guy?
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, all right, thanks. Lene, I gotta go. All right, have Dana give me a call, okay?
Yeah, okay, alright, bye-bye, Simon.
You ain't got streamies, you ain't got med streams, you ain't got none of the dogs, okay? People forget, man, MMA Core's been doing this shit for years. Okay?
Oh, so now he's got to bring in MMA Core. Listen to me, Dana White and Lene Breckenridge. He is taunting, not what he just named right there. He is taunting you. He's taunting you. We got a 48 episode documentary. We got 1 hour of 48 hours of the big tub of lard, ladies and gentlemen. Sticking that big fat foot in that big fat face of his. Just think of the thought of that. Just think of what the big fat fecking guru's big fat feet look like. Sticking that big old... Look at that big fat trout. God, hey man, he is hideous. Woo! You dug the hole. MMA Guru, you dug the hole. And now you're digging it deeper. The Simon Feck got sidetracked with the Sewer King because Simon Feck didn't know anything. I know I'm speaking in third person here. The Simon Feck didn't know anything about the Sewer King, even though he's working next to the Sewer King. And then the Sewer King talks to Amy Kaplan and Oscar Willis and Kenny. And every once in a while he says, yeah, so people came in the chat and they were going, I know it's you, Jose Youngs, and stuff like that. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about, Then, Kenny goes, hey, so where are you doing the show at? And he goes, I'm doing it in my hotel. The same hotel. Okay. So what kind of show is Jose Youngs doing in his hotel on Wednesdays after Media Day? I believe he's doing the Sewer King on Wednesdays. So he doesn't do it at his dad's house in Delaware. His mom lets him do it in Canada. Okay? His mom lets him do it. His mom lives in Canada. He lives with his daddy. He's like 56 years old or something like that. Living with his daddy. His daddy won't let him dress up like the Sewer King, so he does it at his hotel in Las Vegas on Wednesdays after Media Day. He shows up, the Sewer King shows up on Wednesdays with a beard. That doesn't match the mustache, grown at 2 different times. And then when you see him, it depends if there's an event Wednesday night or Thursday night or whatever, but when you see him Friday, now, matter of fact, Thursday nights at the press conference. Maybe Friday night at the press conference, but Thursday nights. And the weigh-ins. And whatever it is. Then he doesn't have the beard anymore. Especially after he does the Sewer King one. Sometimes he doesn't do the Sewer King, and then he'll show up with the beard. We'll get into the Sewer King in the 48 episodes, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, buddy? We can be loud and proud about where we go for our streams. Hey, R.I.P. Crack Streams, though, dude. He was a real one. Maybe that's who Dana White got, but he was more of a conglomerate of a multitude of smaller businesses that were sort of thriving off of the same model that Dana White has a problem with. But
right there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for the trivia question, right there, the big fat MMA guru with the big fat foot that he likes to stick in his big fat mouth, ladies and gentlemen, which created that big fat belly of his, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest YouTuber on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the MMA guru loves. He's taunting. He's taunting Simon Feck, ladies and gentlemen. He's taunting Simon Feck. He's taunting Dana White, ladies and gentlemen. I was there when Dana White, in the Apex, when Dana White stepped off of the platform where he gets interviewed for the post-fight, press conference, right? And somebody mentioned, like, hey, what about these streamers and everything like that? He's off camera, he's off mic, and he's walking back into this room by where the food is. He goes back that way most of the time, not like out to where the front desk is, okay? So he's walking back there, and Lene's with him, the beautiful Lene Breckenridge. And Dana White says, yeah, we prosecuted 3. And one of them really hurt because he knew the person personally. And he was talking about a certain section in time. He wasn't talking about everybody that got prosecuted. Okay? But the MMA Guru thinks the game's over now. And the MMA Guru thinks it's all cool and everything because he's established now. He's making money just on the YouTube set alone. He doesn't need the pay-per-views to make money anymore like some of these up-and-comers are. The rise and the fall of the greatest MMA YouTuber on the planet, ladies and gentlemen, the big fat MMA Guru, ladies and gentlemen. This is the precursor, ladies and gentlemen, of a 48 one-hour each episodes from Simon Feck, 1 Foot Cock, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you real soon. They've been in the making since October 2024, ladies and gentlemen. We were going to release them around Easter this year. 6 minutes and 2 seconds. Remember, 6 minutes and 2 second video. Go ahead and type that in. Type in MMA Guru 6 minutes and 2 seconds. Like 6.02. Type that in. Also, yeah, we were going to put these videos out around Easter. But we got sidetracked with the Sewer King. The Sewer King's not on YouTube anymore. We just report on the stuff we don't do. We don't, do the strikes or the stupid complaints or whatever like that. We don't need to. You need to talk to Nina Drama maybe about, why the Sewer King's not on YouTube anymore.
You gotta respect all of these dogs, dude. We have to put respect on the names of those. Okay? I'm talking.
You gotta put respect on the names of those and everything. Look at him taunting Dana White. This guy, he says that he has a high IQ, the MMA Guru. He says he has a high IQ. He thinks the game's over in 4 months. When you let's say you commit a murder. Okay? The murder was 3 months ago. You still get charged with it. The YouTube rules. The YouTube rules. You can't deceive people. Like getting subs. You can't deceive people. Like say if the MMA Guru said, "Hey, listen, I'll give you $100 if you just, push that button right there and subscribe to my channel." I'm not so sure that that's illegal on YouTube, but the way that the MMA Guru got his early subscriptions, ladies and gentlemen, and then later continue. Is that Lene Breckenridge again, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Mike or Scott, any one of you guys, can you take that phone right there? Take that phone. Thank you.
Stream is meth streams, buff streams, anyone under the umbrella of crowd streams really is what I'm talking about here. I'm even talking way back when, okay? People forget, man, MMA Core, they used to hold it down back in the day. Okay, this is pre-McGregor era stuff. Maybe lost on some of you, but this is when I was a kid. And MMA Court, let me tell you, when they used to upload round by round fights, and I used to be waiting there for round 2 to fucking come out, those were the fucking days. So let's not forget the real soldiers of the MMA community over the years that have saved you and me. Well, not me.
Wow, that was so funny there, MMA Guru. How you accidentally said, whoa, no, and me. Oh, and it was so funny, that recovery, when you said, oh, not me, I paid for my, that was so funny.
Not me. You, they may have saved some of you out there, thousands, okay? And they need to be put on, because I feel like their clout's going to get, taken away. It feels like what we're doing here is Paramount Plus is Ilya Tapuria. And they're putting him above, certain goats of divisions on a goat list already. This is what's going on with the Paramount stuff. I don't want us to be an Armand Sarukian being above literal goats of a division on a goat list type of situation. You know what I mean? I don't want Paramount Plus coming along in this new era of the game and getting all this credit when the dogs have been fighting in the streets for us for many a decade. I just want to put...
He just wants to put that out there, ladies and gentlemen. Dana White, the fat man's taunting you. The man that calls you Mr. Krabs. Dana White, you're going to have to show the MMA Guru who Mr. Krabs really is, Dana White. Listen to this fat guy right here. He's taunting you. He thinks he's untouchable over there in England. Over there in England, like London, He ain't untouchable. Listen here, fat guy. This is Simon Feck to you, Mr. MMA Guru. You shouldn't have made this video.
Put that out there real quick. You ain't getting none of them, dude. And you didn't get none of them. You just fucking sold out to one of them that's bigger than the rest, is basically what this Paramount deal is. But I like it. I think it's good. Paramount deal is $1.1 billion a year for 7 years. ESPN deal was $214 million for 7 years. That's not true. 7.7 years for 7 years is actually wild. The ESPN deal was $1.5 billion for 5 years. So immediately we've got some contradictions here, some juxtapositions when it comes to the reporting here. And then this is the sentence I wanted to get into. Go get your money, fighters. Now, here's where I'm going to have something to say about this. And this is maybe going to be the realest fucking statement that anyone's going to have regarding the situation of the UFC selling to Paramount. How much the fighters are getting paid from this is the least of my fucking worries.
Do you hear that, DDP? DDP, we're friends, okay? We are friends. Think about your best friend in the Apex, okay? Here it is, right here. This man doesn't care about you, DDP. And also, we'll get into the fighter pay in here in just a little bit.